Okay. So what it is?
Yes. No.
Okay. So what it is means like what is the forecast which I am going to deliver? How long I might take? Checking means you do a supplier and demander match. Then that is known as specking. But if it is forecast means ahead of time you have to tell what you are going to deliver. Then that is forecasting flow. In the forecasting flow, that is forecast for ASP, what you do, options and option evaluation you have to do. So here, Saffron forecasting interface, there is one more tool which is there that can be integrated with this. Now, forecasting means EBS setups should be there and action items should be there. Now, when I'm coming to this flow, I'm saying receive corporate forecast from Saffron into EBS. I mean, Saffron is a company. From there, I get a forecast and then I will put it into our EBS, that is our system. Then receive Radley EDA forecast into EBS. Then combine it and put customer logic. Why he needs, what he needs, all those things you will add up here. Then what you do, you truncate what it is needed to be, and then you input to ASCP, toggle weeks, how many weeks I will take to manufacture. All those things you have to put with custom interface. After that, you have to see, okay, what are all the forecasting which I had done for sales, how much I will already sold the product. So then how much more I have to produce it. So those things you will do. Then you run the monitor with that collected forecast system. So that is your collections running. After you run the collections, you have to go to consume forecast against sales orders at item customer level. Then you have to say how much the consumptions in the workbench shows. Then you have to use MRP, that is manufacturing planning. A detailed report you have to run. Then you have to analyze, detail, compare, forecast. So that's what the major thing which you do. So whenever I come into this show, I will first asking, okay, I have to do some consumptions. When I am doing the consumptions, I will be just taking the forecast from the customer. Then I create all the windows. In which window I create, what I deliver, all those things. Then I match with the customer and the sales orders. Then I go to workbench. In the workbench, I will show what is the corresponding forecast consumption had been done. Then I run the MRP report. Then I check on, analyze the consumptions, compare forecast. So for that, there is an example which is getting served. You have to consider like this. I'm coming into you and I'm saying I'm your customer. Item customer, ship to bill to level. Here you are saying I'm having an item. My time bucket is this. Initial forecast input to ASP. Now I'm saying customer has quantity 1000 he needs. This needs to be shipped to this customer. Then forecast to you are saying customer name is this, who wants to ship this with the quantity this. Sales order is there. In the sales order, you say what is the customer name, how much he needs to ship, and what is the quantity. So initially forecast is 1000 only, but when you are writing the sales order, you had sold 1200. Now here you are selling it. Your sale is 900 only you are forecasting, but originally you are going through only 150 sales you completed. So this is an example where you had planned something, you had forecasted something, but when you are really doing it, instead of 1000, you had gone to 1200. Instead of 900, you got into 150. So you do certain prediction and you get some results based on that. Now, after consumption at the ship-to level, consumed forecast is 1000 minus 2200 over consumption exemption. This is an exception which can come. Now, when it is coming to this 900 minus 150, so 750 is your quantity of retention. This is with you. So you have to say this is the sales order which I cut on. So now when we are going into this, there is a demand supply, that is a window. In that demand supply window, you should take into demand of this product. With that, what you take, okay, this is my plan. This is the forecast consumption at customer ship to level. In this is my item. When this item comes, I take original order quantity is 1000, consumed forecast is 1000. Okay, great. But in this flow, you are taking original order quantity as 1200, but there is no consumed activity. Same way, you are taking 900, you are taking only 350, which had been consumed. So where is the remaining? How it goes through, what is the process in it? So this flow and this flow, he is taking into the down and he is showing, okay, consumption details. There is another window which you might need to press the right mouse. By that you get into consumption details. So you're saying, okay, what is the forecast set? The forecast set is RAD ship. In that forecast ship, you have forecast, which is this one. That is, this is that thingy which I wanted to forecast. So I'm saying 1000 is the consumed quantity. And so you say how much the quantity which had been consumed. So you have to put that details. So that is how you have to consider what is the level of consumption it had acquired. Now the same story he had repeated and he is showing that, okay, if I'm having 900 and if I am having a 550, then quantity rate remaining is 350. So then you will be taking, okay, this is the consumed quantity 550. Same way here, this is the consumed quantity 1200. So you write what is consumed and based on that you will be writing what is the consumption date, what is the priority date, what is the request date. All those things you will write. Then option level 3, that is option, you create an option which can be option 1 or option 2 or option 3 on the same plan option. So in that plan option, you are saying initial forecast is quantity is 1000, quantity is 900. But when it is coming here, 1200 first consumed, then 150 consumed, then 250 only consumed. So like this, the variations can occur. So as per the variations, you have to change the main screen with order. In that, you put original ordered quantity, what is the consumed forecast, what is the amount which had been consumed, what is the quantity which is remaining. That you write, and then you write the consumed things here. So originally it is 900 ordered, but originally 650 only consumed. So as per the order number, you write what is the data which it is working. So now consumption forecast against the sales orders only at one of the following levels. So when you are doing this customer forecast, you have to do how you consume the things. So in that you can put item level I consume, or item customer level I consume, or item customer ship to or bill to level I consume. So like this you consume the things. Now there is a customer dock level where your saffron forecast at customer plant level. The forecast consumption at ship to level becomes complex with the ASCP. So there are 3 kinds of things which you forecast. You can just predict. Okay, it needs to be, this is the item which needs to be 900 quantity, which needs to be 500 quantity. Like that, you can just put that quantity into accountability and you predict. That is item level prediction. But I can say from this customer, we need to get this much amount. Then it comes as item customer level. Same way, I have to see, okay, from this customer, this much level you recover, and from to ship to this location, then it will be item customer ship to or bill to level. Now, option 3 is item level. This option may not suit this. It allows consumption across customers for the same item. Maybe valid if items are unique to the customers. Now, what we do is this will reduce the number of records in the forecast setup. This will also reduce the risk. This will have a data mapping. Number of forecast names to be set up required for the forecast set is 1. So what is the constraints? Constraints is same item belongs to multiple customers. So from which customer you are delivering that to which customer you are putting, that information will not be there. The logic of custom forecast consumption will change to item level. The setup of logic of Saffron forecast to toggle with the DFF, that is number of weeks to be modified for this. So if it is customer site level, I will say I produce 500 sarees and I send it to a specific shop, RMKV, or I send it to Chennai Silks. So these are all like you specify the customer and you produce the quantity and then you send it. So then this is how the information which needs to be going occurred. So the following entities exactly match that in EBS. This following entity will be item ship from customer, customer ship to. So all these details, you take the informations and then you broadcast to the customers and then you forecast that information. If customer plant is used as mapping entity instead of customer, then each customer plant cannot belong to more than one customer. This will reduce the number of records in the forecast setup, which reduces lot of maintenance. Number of forecast names to be set up required per forecast set is equal to number of customers being shipped. So like this, how many customers are there? How I will set up the informations and from how many records I manage for a specific customer. One customer may need 10 items. So I maintain 10 items for that specific customer. Customer name will be same, but the items will be there. So forecast names to be set up required per forecast set for the number of customers. This will also reduce the risk of data not matching at the higher level aggregation. Data mapping forecast tables will be much easier. Constraint is you have to say same item belong to multiple ship tos. So you do the ship to also, that's what it says. Then you say, okay, I will be taking that also into accountability. Then you will say, okay, in each ship from organization, set up forecast sets and forecast names at each customer level for getting Saffron forecast data, receive flat file, clear all the entries, send notifications. This will be original Saffron forecast. Now, consider like this. I'm coming into you and then I'm saying, okay, set up forecast sets and set up forecast names at each customer level for storing netting Saffron forecast details. In this, you have to consider, okay, Saffron netted in the period is equal to Saffron original minus shipped sales order plus greater of Saffron open sales order and open Radley forecast. Clear all old entries and populate the new forecast data. So what is the work which you are giving? You are shipping something from an organization. You are forecasting sets and then you give the name for that set. And then you transfer that items from one level to another level. So that's what he is mentioning. So I come to this forecast story. In the forecast story, I will say, okay, use only this short term, and that will be 2 weeks. Within that 2 weeks, you broadcast how much I need to do that. But if it is long term, you produce with time buckets. This many days, 2 weeks once we deliver these things. Like that, you have to consider. So forecast sets is a menu. In that menu, you specify what is the number of days you will take to transfer items, and then you have to specify what is the consumption which is doing, what is the forecast which is performed. Now, saffron netting. Saffron netting is earlier it was decided to have saffron netting at a customer plant level. Item customer level, we will be having the same consumption logic for the customized saffron netting. So you have to say, okay, I'm going to ship from which organization, that you have to write. Then you have to write who is your customer, to whom you are sending, that you have to write. And what item you are sending, bucket, how many days it will take to transfer these things. What is the date? What is the quantity? So how much quantity it will be there to do the transfers. So in this condition, you have to say ship from organization, customer name, item name. So in this condition, what you say is, okay, I need to do a forecast name. This forecast name, many number of forecast names as the number of the customers in each of the forecast sets for Radley and Chevron in each ship from. So many number of forecast names will be there. And so you need to do a consolidation, and you need to evaluate, you need to be able to do different kinds of queries to get from which location to which location. Docs means it is days which are on hold. So then all these things you have to consider, and you have to do the same kind of forecast names for different customer plans, and you have to transfer the items from one location to another location. Now, when it is coming to toggle DFF, so that will be item level or customer level. So like this, you can able to do the level. So the level change, you can do it here. If I am doing item level, I will be just putting that this level. I put it as customer, or I put it as item, or I put it as, okay, it is based on the ship from organization. So in that, there is a menu which it is there. As per that menu, you have to write, you have to select the things, and then you have to do a transfer of those informations. Now, so you consider we have items, we have forecast details. I have to select, okay, from where to where, a number of buckets. Number of buckets means I can take it by 1 bucket or 2 bucket, etc. with the amount of quantity you take, and then you send it to. Now, defining source list for Radley EDI transfers. So here, name, and then you say what is the source type, what is the organization, description, demand class. So you have to say what is the source you're doing. Is it a forecast entry? And then for every forecast entry, you give a name for that, and that name needs to be keep on changing around. And then you give a description of it, and then you put what is your customer. Then you do a map of these details. When map EBS customer names and EBS ship from orgs for defining forecast names, define forecast names in organizations for all Zealand customers, define forecast names and define forecast names that get shipped to Zealand. So what is the customers? What is from where you are shipping? What is the corresponding forecast name which you are using? These things, if you are considering, then that will be forecasting. So forecasting means what? Forecasting means what?
You are asking me. Okay, forecasting is about giving a customer demand in a proper template so that it will be taken as a demand by plan the ACP, and it will start working on whether it's a job order to be done or a purchase to be made. That and all will be predicted.
Hmm. Which level you will predict?
We can predict at the org customer and the customer site level. But we practically tell customers to put it at customer site level so that everything will be proper.
Huh. So what is the three things which you consider?
Priority, right? Priority pegging and also quantity. What is to be there?
No. Priority picking, and then that is first pass. Second pass is first in, first out. Okay.
Okay, okay. First, okay, okay.
Oh, so that is the second pass. So that is okay. Now that we are not considering. We are considering forecast. So when I forecast, I will say item level forecast. I will say, okay, these are all the items available. These are all the items I can manufacture. And then I'm sending from here to there. These are all the items. So then it is known as the item level.
Yeah,
Then,
correct.
then what we will do? The items needs to have a forecast name. Okay.
That is all we know, madam. Forecast set also is there. Actually, you are telling from a PPT. In reality, in Oracle apps, we are in inventory module. We have to create a forecast set. Forecast set can be something, and inside the forecast set, you will create multiple
Different
items.
items. Okay.
Okay, and that items will have a name and all these things that we know.
So,
That is why I'm saying we should go on real time. If you see from PPT, actually this PPT is designed for some other company, that Saffron and all, or some company. Okay, that is
Saffron, EBS. So these are all different organizations. So from which organization?
EDI is electronic data interchange. That is a
No, no,
part of
EBS.
Oracle.
EBS.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Okay, so
so
these two organizations, like what we have as a TST colon B1, etc. Okay, so these are all organizations. So you will be saying, okay, from this organization, I am taking the product. So then that will be EBS, or that will be that is Saffron, etc. And which location you are going to ship to? What is your customer? So, so first you have to bind it by the item level. Then you have to bind it with the item and organization. Then you have to bind it with item, organization, customer. That is the forecast you have to make.
okay, but
Understand?
understood. Okay,
Understand now? So,
in
so
reality, we
uh,
won't do the forecast. It will the end users they will do it. But can we see that? Oh, that what you have mailed. Manufacturing calendar, you are not able to access. That's what
uh,
yesterday.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
we have certain restrictions in the system. I will send a mail today. Then
yes,
we
yes.
will be having a demo on this flow. This forecast sets. We have to go to distribution planner. So I will show this demo little bit later. But
Okay.
the level it needs to be, whether it needs to be customer level, or it needs to be item level, or it needs to be from where I am picking up. So the ship from where, or from organization, that and all needs to be in this level, that is in this column. You will select it. Okay.
Yeah. And a forecast also, there are two methods. I mean, yeah, one is forecast at the end of the month. Another is spread even. Spread even means that suppose it's